I started at the same time as I started. There were 200 other apprentices. The company was 5,000 strong, spread over 2 factories, and there were offshoots, things that they had taken away from Hutchcocks and Pollock and started new companies. To with Pell Furniture, that was a part of the combine in those days, and about 9 months after I started work, we moved office. We were upstairs in an old office block. Cold in winter, too hot in the summer, and if we made too much of a racket, the girls in the wages office complained, so we got told off. Strangely enough, just before I started, we had, as a new product in the development office, it was the sort of thing we did, they produced a pogo stick which had got 2 steps and a spring inside, and you were able to jump up and down. So when the plaster started to fall off the wages office ceiling, the girls complained bitterly, and their boss came banging on the door telling us to belt up. I never got sent for a left-handed spanner down to the stores or anything like that. There was none of that. They just got on with the job. And I soon discovered in my tour around the company, I'm doing various things, everybody thought they were the bee's knees. We are the best tube company in the world. This is Hutchcocks and Pollock. If anybody tells you differently, they're wrong. We are the best. And I'm afraid that carried on through the whole of my apprenticeship. And I still feel it now. You know, that's... they tell you all the stories to go with the company. And that was the sort of attitude with everything we did. If somebody can do something, we can do it better. There were lots of things to do there. They found out what you were good at, and that's where they directed you. They find that the other guys in the office were probably associated with various sections within the company. When I say sections, you got a badminton section or tennis group, a table tennis club. I played table tennis for them. My interview when I first joined the company was I walked in to see a guy called Jim Spencer. He was an ex-Albion player. And you walk through the safety officer's office to get to Jim Spencer, the personnel man who looked after all the young boys. And I found Cyril Teague, who ran the fire service, and the shop floor lads, and he also ran the boys club. The boys that hadn't got a lot of money, they got taken away. He'd organise a holiday during the work shutdown. But nevertheless, I went in to see Mr. Spencer, said my piece and all the rest of it, and I then started to come out through Cyril Teague's office. And he immediately looks up and says, "What position does he play, Jim? We're short of goalkeepers this year." And it just happens to be that I played in goal. So that was it. I got the job. No question about it. So I was told that, well, if you're interested in playing football, turn up next Saturday down at Birchley. It was on the junction of the M5 now, but there was no M5 in those days. It was a nice big field that people seem to be building anything all over nowadays. So I turned up there, and they'd already started the first half. I hung around till half time, and they gave me a trial. And somebody put a shot a bit too close to me that I could reach, and I put it round the post. So I was in the team. There was no. I only went into the second team, but that don't matter, does it? It was something to do. Some more people you got to know, and you found them later life. They became useful, these guys, because you used to play football with him. You went to him with a problem, he'd solve the problem for you because that was his specialty and all the rest of it. It's just getting to know people and faces.